I'm going to stay with the same agent. If you've been calling expireds for a while, you've heard that objection, and if it's been stumping you, this video is going to make you a lot of money. My name is AJ Mida, and I built my career on expired prospecting, for sale by owner prospecting, became one of the top listing agents in my market, and in fact sold 36 houses in my second year as an individual agent at the young age of 26 years old. I know I look young, but that was a decade ago. So let's dive into this script. I'm just going to read it verbatim and we'll talk about it. And there's going to be a link in the description that you can check out to download all my scripts. So check that out. So let's just dive into it. So seller says, hey, I'm just going to stick with the same agent. Great. Tell me, what is the benefit for you to do that? Let them talk. Don't just end the call and get all flustered. Have the script on the wall in front of you so that you can take them through this structure of a call. So they're going to say something and then you can respond with, what is the last agent going to do differently this time to make sure that it sells that they didn't do last time? So what you're doing is you're creating doubt. They start to think, well, hey, I haven't had that conversation with my last agent. They never said they were going to do anything differently. Maybe I should start to interview other agents. Maybe there is a different approach. So you're starting to plant that seed of doubt that there might be a better fit for them out there, because in most cases, that is the reality. They probably do need a new agent. So you need to help them self-discover that through the use of scripts. I mean, if you knew 100% I could sell it for you in this market and net you what you need, would you at least consider it? It's a great question to ask. Usually they'll say they're open-minded to it. Sure. Set the appointment. Trial close. We already went through that in previous videos. If it's too soon to close, you can respond with, I understand. So they kind of shut you down when you try to set the appointment. Hey, I understand. I get it. You're committed to that last agent. But I mean, let me ask, would you say you feel a bit obligated to your last agent because they invested time and money into your house? Yeah. And when they originally listed the house, they most likely intended to sell it, right? And they probably did everything that they could to get it sold. Wouldn't you agree? And yet your house didn't sell. I'm convinced that's not for the lack of effort. I think it's more likely in the approach. Your house needs a new approach. So what you're doing is you want to separate the fact that, hey, the agent did the best they could. It's really not even really the agent's fault. They're a good person. What you need is just a new approach. Your house needs a new approach. So you're kind of separating the approach from the agent, because they feel bad switching agents oftentimes because they know that the agent put time and effort into it. But you start to help them understand that, hey, they're going to do the same thing that they did last time. You need a new approach. So that's what you're taking them through here. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, you don't owe me or your last agent anything, but you do owe it to yourself to get this house sold for the most money, right? It certainly wouldn't hurt to hear what I do to get houses sold, wouldn't it? Set the appointment. What the script really does is it takes you through a set of great, powerful questions that gets the seller thinking, sets you up to set an appointment, and if you don't get it, it keeps the conversation flowing. And let me just remind you, when you start with these scripts, they're going to feel awkward, of course, because it's not you. I'm sure the first time that you rode a bike or started golfing or whatever you're into, like the first time you did something, you sucked. It felt awkward. I'm learning golf right now and it sucks and it feels awkward. The reality is you get better over time, and I am getting better over time. This swing starting to feel more natural. It's the same thing with scripts. When you practice them and you internalize them, they start to become your own, and then they start to flow really well and effortlessly. Mr. Seller, if you do the same thing and go with the same agent, isn't it likely that you'll get the same result? I'm just asking for a quick meeting to show you a different approach to get a different result, and that result is getting your house sold. Set the appointment. What has this agent shared with you that has you 100% confident that they can get your home sold on their second try? Love that question. Straight to the point. You're piercing through that wall that they're trying to build. What has this agent shared with you that has you 100% confident that they can get your home sold on their second try? And the key part of that script, so make sure you do not leave this out when you use it, is what has you 100% confident that they can get your home sold? See, when we meet, if you don't know the answer to that question, if you're not 100% sold on why I'm going to sell your house, then you have no obligation to hire me. So let's go ahead and get together. Set the appointment. So guys, that right there is one of the most common objections that you're going to get, that they just want to stay with the same agent. Sellers want to do what's easy. Switching agents, now they got to interview them. They got to go through that whole process again, get new photos taken, get a new sign in the yard. Honestly, who really wants to go through all that effort if they think all agents are the same? So it's your job as a great agent to really show them, hey, you need a new approach. Not all agents are the same. Your last agent likely doesn't have any more ideas or any more value to add above and beyond what they did their first time. So using this script, you're helping them self-discover that, hey, maybe I should open myself to interviewing a new agent to get the job done. Now that you're getting equipped with these objection handlers, and we got 5 of the most common ones coming up in the next video, so subscribe to this channel and hit the alert bell so you get notified. But if you're ready to get started, start taking action now, there's a link in the description to a seller prospecting course for free and a link in the description to RedX, save $150 to get started calling expires. But hey, I need the main expired script. Well, I already did some previous videos on that, so go back and check that out. It's gonna be a couple weeks ago, and download the scripts below.